Buckeye Nation, what's poppin'? Crazy Dog coming at you on the Bucking Crazy YouTube channel with my Ohio State Buckeyes, Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, Week 3 game recap as the Buckeyes went out there and absolutely dominated the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers by a final score of 63-10 in what might have been the best offensive performance that I've seen in a very long time. You could even say in a couple years, maybe since Justin Fields was our quarterback. We've seen some great performances from Buckeye offenses the last couple years, but we haven't seen too many like what we just saw today. The fact that this offense went out there right after Western Kentucky scored to cut our lead to 14-10, and they scored on one play right after Western Kentucky scored. You know, Western Kentucky was feeling really good about themselves, right? They're down 14-10. All they got to do is get a stop and, oh, there it goes, touchdown, right? That's what it was like. You know, we get the ball back, we score in one play. I think we did that back-to-back plays as well. From that point on, it was all Buckeyes. The Buckeyes scored 35 points in the second quarter alone. That's as many points as we scored last week total. And we scored that many points in the second quarter. Like, damn. It gets so bad that Devin Brown got pretty much a whole quarter to himself. And Kyle McCord, in his first game as the legit starter with no worries about being subbed out at random times, he went 19 of 23, 318 yards, 3 touchdowns. He looked phenomenal, like a master chef out there. That dude was cooking. On the ground, 33 carries, 204 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 of which came from TreVeyon Henderson, who continues to show that he is indeed back, and he is that dude. Chip Trainum even got in the end zone. 5 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown for him. And Williams and Evan Pryor also got carries too. That's nice. Xavier Johnson, 2 for 13. Marvin Harrison Jr. had 1 for 7. Devin Brown, 2 for 4. Kyle McCord, 2 carries for 1 yard. Yeah, Ryan Williams had 5 for 23. Evan Pryor in his first action, I think, all year, I think it was. I don't think we saw him the last 2 games. 3 carries, 12 yards for Evan. Good to see. Welcome back, buddy. I know you missed all of last year with a very bad injury, so it's good to see you back on the field. Now, through the air, the Buckeyes carved up Western Kentucky secondary like a Halloween pumpkin. 22 receptions, 358 yards, and 4 touchdowns. 2 of those touchdowns came from Emeka Egbuka. Marvin Harrison Jr., of course, he had to get a touchdown. In fact, he scored that touchdown right after Western Kentucky scored. 5 receptions, 126 yards, and a touchdown from Marvin. And Carnell Tate even scored his first collegiate touchdown. 2 receptions, 40 yards, and a tutty for him. Emeka Egbuka had 4 for 57. Kate Stover had 5 receptions for 90 yards. Good stuff out of him. TreVeyon Henderson, Julian Fleming, G. Scott Jr., and Xavier Johnson even had receptions as well. Now you flip to the other side of the ball, and the Buckeye defense was getting after it. They forced a couple fumbles, which was nice, and Tyreek Williams had a sack, as did Mitchell Melton, who's getting some action for the first time, I think, in his Buckeye career. He missed a lot of time due to injury. Good to see him out there. And of course, he gets a sack. Now, Tyreek Williams also had one of those, hey, looky here, fumble recoveries, where he just so happens to stumble across the ball, just laying there on the ground. He picks it up, and look at that, it's a touchdown, right? Now, Jermaine Matthews and Steele Chambers had interceptions. Of course, Jermaine Matthews took his to the crib for 6, which was nice. That pretty much put the exclamation point on this game. And as far as, special teams, I mean, nothing really too special. Jaden Fielding had 9 extra points, no field goals. Love to see it. Jesse Mirko, 2 punts for 74 yards. Yeah, they had a pretty easy day for the most part. Yep. Pretty easy day from our special teams unit. Love to see it. Now, with that being said, let's get into my post game observations. Number one, this offense can be lethal. What we saw today is what this offense can be with Kyle McCord at quarterback. People were hating on the kid after week one, right? The offense was looking kind of flat. And look what happens when you name him the legit starter, and Kyle no longer has to worry about Devin Brown coming in at random times. He can go out there and just work with the offense, just him. Look what happens. They went out there and they absolutely cooked. Like that was Master Chef level cooking that we saw today from this offense. On the other side, defense, like I said, they were getting after it, right? Austin Reed, who has been a phenomenal quarterback so far in college, we got after him, got pressure on him, right? I mean, we beaten him so bad they took him out of the game, right? So I love to see that from the defense. And then number three, we're ready for Notre Dame. And I'll be honest with you, heading into this game, I was worried that the Buckeyes were going to get caught looking ahead. But it was pretty clear from the get go, from opening kickoff, that these guys were laser focused on Western Kentucky. And they only started really worrying about Notre Dame when the game was pretty much over. Starters came out, and in their heads, they were thinking, all right, work is done. On to Notre Dame. That's going to be a fun game next week. I cannot wait for it. And I know you guys can't either. Now, as for my game MVP, I got to go Kyle McCord, right? This was his first legit start, and he went out there and he did his thing. No pressure at all. He went out there and commanded the offense with precision. He did have one bad fumble because he stood in the pocket for way too long. But other than that, he was great. Took care of the ball. Really no issues at all. Couple incompletions. There was one where I think he missed a wide open receiver, but that's whatever. Because we still absolutely shredded Western Kentucky. Like there was no worries at all. Like heading into this game, I knew Western Kentucky had a bad defense, but damn, I did not expect us to do that to them, right? I'm sure a lot of you saw that coming though. But yeah, as far as my final thoughts, I mean, this offense is going to be a force to be reckoned with, especially once everyone gets in rhythm. Like, we're going to see a lot more of this kind of stuff. And how funny is it that this came against an actually good opponent in Western Kentucky, not against a vastly inferior opponent like Indiana or Youngstown State, right? I mean, it's good that we're going into Notre Dame coming off this performance, right? Playing our best ball of the year, and now we got arguably the biggest game on the schedule up to this point coming up on the road in South Bend against those damn Golden Domers. And what I need us to do is go back to the lab and get better and get ready to beat the crap out of those Golden Domers again. Right? Shut those haters up too, because they hating big time. They were watching us the last 2 weeks. They were like, oh yeah, we kicking this team's ass. Well, what are they saying now? What are they saying now? We just went out there and absolutely mollywopped Western Kentucky, who's a very solid team, right? Yeah, can't wait for this game next week. But that's pretty much all I got for you guys. So with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog coming at you on the Bucking Crazy YouTube channel. As always, leave a like, subscribe for more, and see you guys later. Go Buckeyes. I'm Crazy Dog. OH. I'm out. Bye-bye.